What's up, guys? Nate Dog FPV here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the FrSky XLite. So, picked up this new transmitter, guys. Been wanting to try it out. Saw some videos on it. Been seeing posts about it. I play a fair amount of Xbox One. Absolutely love Fallout 4. To me, this transmitter looks a lot like an Xbox One controller. I'm also a thumber. Haven't really been able to get into pinching. Don't really like the way it feels too much. So to me, it seemed like this controller would probably be perfect for me. Would be better for a thumber. So I'm hoping it's going to be great. Just got it in today. Picked this up from powerfliprc.com. So we're going to get the box open, check it out, see how it feels. I think I've got to set the mode on it. Get all that stuff set up. I'm going to try to get a model bound to it pretty quick. Maybe test it out tonight, hopefully. So we're going to open up the box, check it out, guys. We're going to go through getting it set up, getting our mode set up on it. And we're going to go test it out and let you know what we think. Alright, guys, hope you enjoy. Alright, guys, here we go. Got it on the bench. So let's get it opened up and we'll check it out. See if we can figure out how to open the box. Alright, and we're getting somewhere now. So looks like it comes in a case. Alright, so there's inside the box. Nothing fancy. Yep, just a box. Cool. So let's throw that over to the side, and here we go. So yeah, it looks like it comes in a nice hard case. I mean, it definitely feels like a good sturdy case. Got a good solid top to it. It says X-lite. You got the little FrSky symbol on there, if you can see that. Looks like a nice zipper case. So far, yeah, case looks awesome. So nice that they include the case with it. Alright, so we've got some styrofoam on this side. Styrofoam here. So you guys can see this part. So you got a little mesh part up here. Looks like it comes with some instructions. And it comes with some, looks like some FrSky stickers, several different stickers. Yeah, so instruction stickers, cool. I'm guessing you don't actually have to leave this styrofoam in there, so I guess that's just for like shipping. So normally I guess, you know, you would just close your case without that, which is probably what I'll do. Alright, so here is the transmitter. So it's got a little plastic cover on there. Pull that off, and here it is. Just gonna throw that plastic crap to the side. Oh, and it's got some gimbal protectors on it, so that's kind of cool too. They actually do include some gimbal protectors on this one. So take those off, set them to the side, and yeah, let's just feel the sticks to see how it feels. Got some switches up on the top here, so we got 1, 2, 3. So that's a 3-position switch there, 3-position switch there, and so you got 2 small 2-position switches up here, and you've got 2 3-position switches also. And they look like they're absolutely like tiny, but actually holding it in your hand, your fingers kind of land like right there perfectly. Slide that case out of the way so we can see better. Yeah, so your fingers kind of land like right there perfectly. So that feels pretty good. Like, to me, it feels like that would be like a good arm switch probably. And I'll probably use one of these 3-position switches for my modes. But yeah, I mean, the switches are really small, but it seems like they land on your fingers just perfectly, so should be fine. Yeah, the gimbals feel good. Stick ends feel good. I mean, to me, it definitely feels like an Xbox One controller, guys. Which again, I like that feeling. I like a smaller controller and a lighter controller. The casing on it feels solid for sure. I was expecting it, you know, to kind of feel kind of cheap, maybe kind of plasticky, but they've got some kind of like almost like a rubberized coating or something on the outside of the transmitter here, so that feels really good. You've got the gray part on the back also, which is super grippy too. So yeah, I mean, so far everything on this thing feels great, guys. Really like the way it feels. Actually, it feels sturdy, feels solid. Yeah, so looking good so far. Alright, and you got your usual ports at the bottom. Actually mini USB this time, opposed to, or actually no, I'm sorry, this is micro USB opposed to the FrSky XLite, which is mini USB, I believe. And of course, mini USB is a lot harder to find, and that's just aggravating. So glad they made that change and updated that. It's got your little headphone jack, your jack for updating firmware, and still got your SD card slot. So that's cool. Should be able to get all the same functions on this one that I had on my other one. So happy about that. Batteries, guys, they actually go down here in the bottom of the handle. So these actually twist to the side. I believe they both go the same direction, maybe not. This one is not turning quite as easy as the other one did. Well, oh, I was trying to turn it the wrong way like a dummy. So yeah, this one turns this way, I believe, and or no, actually I think they both turn to the inside, actually. Yeah, so yeah, they both turn to the inside, which makes it easier. So that's where our batteries go. So let me grab some batteries, guys. Now this one transmitter runs on the 18500 batteries. So a lot of people are familiar with 18650 batteries, which actually I'll grab one of those to kind of show you the difference. So this is an 18650 battery, commonly used in vape accessories and vape boxes and stuff like that. So this is a 18500, so kind of the same, just a little bit shorter basically, which I guess, you know, they had to use something that small to make it fit in this small package. So a little bit smaller than a vape battery, but you do have to buy those kind of special batteries for it. I don't mind that, guys. I vape, so I already have a good vape charger I can charge these on too, so not a big deal to me. I don't see any polarity markings on here showing you which way the batteries go. I do see a spring on the actually looks like there's a spring on both sides. So actually that has a minus symbol and that has a minus symbol. So it looks like both outsides have a minus symbol, which would mean, so this is the negative side, so I'm assuming they go like this with the negative side out. So the plus side in, negative side out. And I'm hoping they put some kind of surge protection, you know, in there, so like if you put these batteries in backwards, it doesn't like kill the controller, because obviously that would not be good. So put that one on, twist it to the inside. We'll put this one on. Maybe if we can get it the right direction. There it is. Put that on, twist it to the inside. Nope, that's wrong. There you go. Twist this one to the outside. Yeah. So twisting is weird. So this one opens to the outside actually. So left side opens to the outside. Inside, or the right side opens to the inside. So they are actually different. Yeah. So the way they open on each side is different. So guys, just be careful when you're doing that. Obviously you can see I'm having some trouble with it. So yeah, just be careful when you're doing that. Obviously if it's not budging, you know, and you're turning it one way, then you're probably turning it the wrong way. So back off, try the other way. Alright guys, so we've got some heat shrink in here, and looks like we have a single screw with a hex head. So some of the videos I watched, you know, they have like 4 different screws in here. So it looks like they already have some of the screws. These little plastic pieces on this black thing, those are actually covers to go on some of the holes in the back here. Like where you set your switches and how you want all that to work. So I'm going to be using mode 2. So we're going to have to get that set up correctly. Oh, it also has some little sliders on the top here, which I didn't see at first. Yeah, so it has some little sliders too if you use those. I personally don't use those for anything, but it looks like it does have some. Alright guys, so yeah, you use these little screws back here to set your mode, and you also use little screws back here to control the tension on how tight everything is. And the tension to me actually feels pretty good on them already. So I just need to set mode 2 to have my throttle on this side. So we're going to get that set up. So if you were using mode 1, you would put the long screw in on this side. We're going to be using mode 2, so we're going to put the long screw in this hole right here. And then you've got adjust hole with short screw, adjust the dampening controlling sense. Alright guys, so from the directions it's telling us that a long screw needs to go into that hole in the back. So I'm going to get my long screw out of my packet here. So I can see bottom is closed, top side has that open 2mm head. So we need to put this screw in right here for mode 2. So we're going to screw this guy in. Obviously guys, take your time here, make sure you don't get it cross threaded. And it seems like it's already getting tight, which is kind of weird, but I feel like it's not cross threaded, so I'm going to back it out a little bit. Gimbal centered. Take our time here. And sometimes it can feel like a little tight, you know, if it's fresh plastic or something like that. So the first time you put a screw into it, it may feel a little bit tight. So I'm not really sure how far down you're supposed to go with it, guys. So far I don't feel any difference on the gimbal. So we'll keep going down. Yeah, it is pretty tight, guys, so don't be alarmed by that. It seems like I said, that's just by design, that it's a snug fit. Alright, so getting down pretty low now. It seems like it's starting to lose some of its bounce back, so it's getting there. So we're going to keep going. Check it again. There we go. Yeah, so it is definitely not bouncing anymore. This other screw here is to adjust the tightness of it, so I think I'm going to adjust that one a little bit now and see if that makes a difference on how tight this is. Oh yeah, there you go. See, now I can feel it starting to get tight. So yeah, once you get this one all the way down, that's just going to make it mode 2. But that one doesn't really adjust like how tight it is. So that's this side. So I'm going to take that off and adjust it. So there's some resistance, not a ton, but some. So I'm trying to see how I want this, guys. That feels pretty good right there. This one feels fine over here. Yaw seems alright. Throttle seems like there's some resistance, probably a little more resistance than I have on my other controller. But that's probably not a bad thing since these are so small, because I need it to be kind of a fine adjustment. I backed it out just a little bit, guys. Yeah, that feels pretty good right there. I think I'm going to try that. I think that's good. We're going to go ahead and make sure our switches are all up. We're going to power it on. Cool. So yeah, guys, and it says in the book that failsafe not set. Okay, fine. I guess just push a button. Alright, so we can see our gimbals moving there. Alright, so we're going to go into the radio setup. So to do that, you hold the little joystick thing here to the left. Alright, we're going to go down to the date. We're going to set that so it's actually 2018. And it is July 23rd. So we're going to go to July. And we're going to go up to the 23rd. And the time right now, guys, is 6:36 p.m. Which I think this one's like military time. So you have to add a 12 to it, right? If it's you're in PM, so 12 and 6 would be what, 18? Yep, 18 and 36. Alright, so that should be right. Battery range 6.7 to 8.3, that's right. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, guys. So we can see this one is on mode 2 by default. So in the video I watched, it was actually set to mode 1 by default. So it looks like they do actually have this one on the second release, like set to mode 2 by default. So that's good. On my RX channel order, I actually use AETR on all my quads and what I've always been using. So I'm going to change that. So that looks good. So I think those are all the settings we need to do in here right now. So let's see, how do we go back? Yep, so this little button right here is actually the back button. So we can back all the way out there. Let's see how we get to our menu screen. Yep, so this is trim buttons right here. So we don't want trim buttons. Let's see, nope, not that. Okay, yeah, so it looks like you hold right on the little thumbstick to get into your models. So that looks cool. So yeah, we need to grab us a model and get it bound up, guys. It looks like the menu and everything is pretty much the same. So that's good. I think what I'm going to do is grab my SD card out of my QX7. I think I'm just going to make a copy of it and throw it in here and see if it will work that way. That would be cool if it does, but not sure it will work like that. But we can certainly give it a try. So we'll be right back, guys, and we're going to give that a shot. Alright, guys, so I've got my SD card out of my QX7. This is just a little 2 gig SD card, and that's really all you need. In a transmitter, you don't need like a giant SD card or anything. I'm assuming you hold down the power button to turn it off, and that's correct. I saw the little smiley face there, so it looks like the firmware they're putting on this one is probably the latest version, I would expect. So I want to see about putting this SD card in. Make sure we put it in the right way. Yep, SD card is in. So let's turn it back on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Yeah, cool, guys. So it definitely picked up my sound pack from the SD card. So that is good. Gave us a SD card warning, expected version 2.2. So actually it looks like there's 2.2 is the version of software on here. So actually we'll have to update the version on my SD card as well. Real quick, I just want to check and see if I can get to, like, you know, let's say the SD card menu. Let's see if we can open up our firmware. Yeah, so we can see all of our firmware I've got on my SD card: RXSR, XM Plus, XSR-M, XSR. Yeah, so I've got several different firmwares for receivers on my SD card, but yeah, it looks like all that works. So yeah, it looks like it's definitely working with the SD card, just pulling it straight out of the QX7, putting it in this guy. So that's good. So yeah, at this point I think we just need to get a model set up. So yeah, we hold right to get to that screen, select our model. No, I don't want to back it up, I want to go into it. There we go. So there we are in model 1. Go the other way on this thing. It should have all the same bind buttons and everything. Yeah, so the bind procedure looks like it's going to be pretty much the same. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward, guys. So I'm going to grab a model, get it bound up real quick, and get ready to try this thing out. So obviously, guys, the binding procedure is going to be just like it is on the QX7 or the X9D or whatever it's called. So, you know, pretty much all that's going to be basically the same, guys. So I don't think I'm going to go over that on the video. If you guys need help with binding or anything, let me know. But again, I don't think we need to go over it in this video. So I'm going to get it set up, get it out in the field, test it out a little bit. Alright guys, so you just saw the flight footage. I took out my Baby Hawk R 2.5-inch version. Took it out to a new spot I found actually at a church. Super cool spot to fly. They just put in a new disc golf course there as well. But yeah, totally had a great time out there. There's some big oak trees, a lot of trees and tight little gaps you can fly through. So again, testing out the FrSky XLite new transmitter. Really love it. It feels really good. It feels sturdy in the hands. It's nice and portable. You know, I was able to take the Baby Hawk, throw a couple batteries in my pocket, just carry the controller and the Baby Hawk over to the spot, fly around a little bit. Just easy to get there, easily transportable. Definitely not big and clunky like the QX7. So yeah, so far so good guys. I'm loving it. Setting up the model was easy, just like any other Tyrannus transmitter. So yeah, pretty straightforward on setting up the model and getting everything working. But yeah, so far so good. I'm loving it. So yeah, FrSky XLite. Just in case you guys haven't seen it, for comparison real quick, I'm just going to hold up the QX7 next to it just so you can see the size difference. So there's the QX7 and there's the FrSky XLite. So quite a big difference in size and overall shape. So again, the light version just, you know, it feels like a gaming controller, so it fits in your hands comfortably. The switches are in really good locations, just so they're easy to flick. And again, the QX7 is a great transmitter as well. You notice obviously it's a lot bigger, a lot of stuff sticking off, and just, you know, to me it's always felt kind of awkward and clunky, you know, holding on to it. It feels like you're holding a brick. And really, I mean, this thing's heavy. It's almost like a brick. So definitely a good transmitter, but yeah, the light one seems awesome so far. I'm going to work on getting all my models transferred over to it and start using it full time. And I'll probably report back later with another video after, you know, having some use on it. Kind of let you know what I think. But so far so good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the flight footage. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, if you haven't tried out the light version of the FrSky controller, definitely might want to give it a shot. Or maybe you're just getting into the hobby, looking for one to buy. I would, you know, at this point definitely recommend the FrSky XLite. And again, you know, for someone flying a Baby Hawk or something like that, it seems like the perfect size to go with it. So yeah, so far so good guys. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.